Last month, I watched a woman kill every single person who ever crossed her path, neighbors, relatives, even children, and she did it without ever touching them. I didn't believe evil could wear a human face until I met her. This happened right here in Enugu, and I swear, people still talk about it like a curse that never left. They called her Mama Peace. Ironic name, because peace was the last thing that ever followed her. She was respected, feared, and strangely admired. Her house stood right at the corner of our street, always clean, flowers blooming, walls freshly painted even when everyone else's paint was peeling off. Her children never missed school, her husband always looked neat, and somehow their light never went off, even when NEPA failed the whole neighborhood. People said she was hardworking and blessed, that maybe her husband had a good job. But those of us who lived close felt something different, that quiet uneasiness, the kind that makes your heart race when she looks at you too long. Her eyes lingered too much. Her smile lasted too long. The first sign came quietly. Mama Uche, her closest neighbor, had borrowed 5,000 Nigerian nairas from her and delayed paying it back. One evening, she cooked, served her family, and went into the kitchen to wash plates. Minutes later, her daughter had a crash. She was dead. Doctors called it cardiac arrest. Everyone mourned, but 2 weeks later, her husband dropped dead at exactly the same time of day. People started whispering. But whispers die quickly when fear walks by. Then came the Okonkwo's tragedy. Their first son, Chike, a boy everyone loved, smart, humble, newly admitted into UNN. He went to bed fine, and by morning, his mother found him lifeless, his eyes open, his skin pale. No sickness. No struggle. Just gone. When the crowd gathered, Mama Peace was already there, holding the grieving mother, cooking food, cleaning tears. Her sympathy looked perfect. But I saw her face when no one was watching. Calm. Empty. As if she'd seen it all before. That night, my mother said to me, "Keep your distance from that woman. She hides thunder under her wrapper." When December came, the street prepared for Christmas. Everyone contributed money for decorations, except Mama Peace. She said she didn't have time for worldly noise. But that same week, painters entered her compound. Her walls gleamed new. 2 new cars appeared. Her children wore imported shoes. Even her husband, who was just a civil servant, started talking about buying land in Oka. One night, during Harmattan, fire broke out from the East family's compound right beside hers. Flames shot up like they were alive. People screamed, fetching water, calling for help. But the fire spread faster than anyone could imagine. By dawn, 4 houses were reduced to ashes. 5 people gone. Only one house stood untouched, Mama Peace's. Not even soot on her wall. That morning, she came out slowly, in her white nightgown, holding a Bible. "God knows my hands are clean," she said. Her voice was calm, too calm. But her youngest son, Chisholm, started talking in his sleep a few days later. My friend who lived nearby said he heard the boy whisper, "Mama said the fire cleaned the street. Mama said no one must know." After that, everything changed. People stopped greeting her. Market women refused to take her money. Even the church elders moved her pew to the back. But her family just kept prospering. New furniture. New generator. New clothes. Every other household had lost someone except hers. It was like their comfort fed on other people's misfortune. Then one night, around 2 a.m., Harmattan wind making the zin cry, I woke to a sound, soft singing, a lullaby. I pulled my curtain aside and looked. She was in her backyard, kneeling before a clay pot with a candle beside it, whispering names. My uncle's name was one of them. He had quarreled with her days earlier over drainage water that overflowed into her yard. The next morning, he collapsed while washing his car. Dead before the bucket hit the ground. That was when fear turned to panic. Families started moving out. People whispered about charms buried at the 4 corners of her compound. Others said she was using Ndimyo, a spirit of the air, to trade human lives for her family's protection. Someone even claimed her husband was already dead, that what we saw walking every morning was just his spirit pretending to live among us. Then came Easter. A government health inspector came for sanitation checks. She entered Mama Peace's compound at 10 a.m. Witnesses said she greeted politely, walked in, and never came out. By evening, her colleagues began to worry. They searched every house, every gutter, every bush. 2 days later, they found her phone near the well behind Mama Peace's compound. Her uniform was folded neatly beside it. That night, police came with torches. They dug the well. What they found made even hardened officers step back in horror: bones. So many bones. Men, women, children. Some still wearing scraps of clothing. The air stank of rot and iron. They arrested her right there. But she didn't cry, didn't struggle. She just smiled. When the police van was about to drive off, she looked out the window and said, "You people don't understand. My peace will never end. Every drop of blood I gave was for my family. You live because I chose who must die." A week later, her husband and children vanished. Their phones went off. Their house locked from inside. No one ever saw them again. The government sealed the house. The gate rusted, weeds grew tall. But those who pass by at night say they still hear that same lullaby, soft, gentle, echoing through the walls. Peace, peace, peace for my family. And whenever dogs start barking too long in that area, the elders only shake their heads and whisper, "She's awake again." Because in Enugu, everyone knows one truth: some people don't die. They just rest until it's time to choose the next name.